Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. This morning we're reacting to Canada versus Finland, the Milano Cortina 2026 Olympics men's hockey semifinals. The winner goes to the gold medal game. The loser goes to the bronze medal game. Wherever Canada goes, we'll be live for it. If they go to the gold medal game, we'll be live for some curling tomorrow afternoon. If they play bronze medal, we'll be live for the bronze medal game because I said I'd be live for every Canada knockout game, and that include the bronze medal game. So, well, I told Dillon, I said the last knockout or the last group and then all the knockouts, and well, the bronze medal is still a knockout game. So, McChronicle, how we doing? Go Canada, go. Yes, yes, yes. Canada, of course, won in overtime. There we go. Weird. Canada won in overtime. There we go. All right. As far as I can tell, this is fine. Awesome. Yep, of course it does. All right. Yep. I guess frickin' StreamYard isn't awake either. Crap. Well, you love to see it. Canada versus Finland. I don't know Finnish. I can't speak it, so we're sticking with English. Or Swedish, for that matter. If it was USA-Canada, okay, we're good. USA-Canada in the final, I probably won't speak Spanish either, but who knows? We'll see. At least it would sort of make sense. Did I do it last year? I don't think I did, so. I don't think I did it last year during the Four Nations, so. I don't know if I did, so. We'll see. Puck drop at 9:40. We'll have the Toronto FC season preview later tonight. Think I'll eat supper, record it, and the chips will fall where they may. In that case. So. But there's a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to the Toronto FC season preview. Daniel Shallowy, Josh Sargent, Aristizabal. They made some moves. And I hope they pan out. I really do. We'll see. But we got 3 periods of hockey. Can Canada play better today? I don't think they're going to play as bad as they did against Czechia. Now, Finland's a good team, but I don't think Canada's going to be flat on their feet. They're not going to do that 2 times in a row. Like, I just don't think that's going to happen. Losing Sidney Crosby is tough. He will not play tonight, or this morning. Over there, it's tonight. Here, it's in the morning. But I have to say, it sucks to see Sidney Crosby not play, but Canada did come back and beat Czechia without him. So But we'll see. We got a good one today. Of course, the other semifinal is Slovakia versus the USA. Damn. But Slovakia, USA is the other semifinal. And that'll be interesting. That's going to be interesting. I believe that it's going to be a tough game there. I think Canada's the favorite with all the teams that are left in this Olympic tournament. But the USA are there. They're there. They've been struggling, but they've been winning games, and sometimes that matters. No, the game hasn't started yet. The puck should drop in about 5 minutes, give or take. The Olympics are so... like, they're on the button, but they're not. I started earlier because I'm bored. Look. Why'd you start the stream early? Because I'm bored. That's why. Is that why you started stream early yesterday? Honestly, yes. But yes. But yes. Good? Yes, that was why you were late, because I got bored. Sometimes when I'm bored, I'll start early. Not that it makes it go any quicker, but fuck if I know, right? You were late because you were late, but if you want to blame it on that, sure, I don't give a shit. It's official, we got Sargent. Yep, Toronto FC got Josh Sargent. We'll talk about that later when I do the season preview video. I'm sure people would rather hear about hockey than football. But, I mean, at least we got our striker, even if I think he's disappointing. Even if I've never really been a fan of him to begin with. Feels like my personal hell. A guy I've been calling a fraud my whole life. While I was in high school, talking to friends about him, calling him a fraud. And here we are. Yeah. I still don't trust Robin Fraser as far as I could throw him. Like, on paper, we should make the playoffs. I don't know how high. But with Shallowy, Reese does the ball, and Sargent, like, on paper, we should finish in the playoffs. I don't know how high. Probably above a wild card team, but I don't trust Robin Fraser as far as I could throw him. I still say call the Pirate. Now, if they win, like, they start with, like, 3 wins out of 5, then that's out of the window. But if they could win 3 out of 5 to start or something around that, I'd be happy. Just because call the Pirate wouldn't happen doesn't mean I won't be happy. I want this team to win. I don't think they could win with anybody, but, well, you know where I'm going with this. But if they win, I'm happy, even if it isn't coached by the Pirate. Would I prefer it being that way? Yeah, but I just want them to win. I just want them to win. I care about them winning. That's the main thing. Are you watching curling? If Canada wins today, yeah, I'll watch the curling final live, as I said. If Canada loses today, then I have to do the 3rd place game tomorrow, which is around the same time as the curling final. Oh, you got to be kidding me. How's curling even work? You score, there's ends of 8, or they throw 8 stones. In one end, the team who gets closer to the center of the target scores the point in that end. If there's no stone in the house, no point for either team. Blank end. You can score more than 1 point to end if you have 2 as one team unbroken close to the button. So you could score multiple in one end possibly. It's tough, but it can happen. The puck's about to drop in the Canada game, and my Fire Stick freaking dropped. Of course it did. So we're making up games for the Olympics. No, it's been a sport for a long time. People just barely watch the sport besides the Olympics. And even though the cheating scandal by Canada, booping the stone, so to speak, and we're off. Theodore, we're off. 1914, we have begun in the Canada game. Lehkonen, Aho, Rantanen, the first line for Finland. Granlund, Hintz, Teravainen, Luostarinen, Lundell, Kakko. Okay, there you go. Plays around, tapped away. Canada has begun. We have begun. 1912. Kiviranta, Hala, Armia, the forwards. Kapanen, the spare forward. At least he's on the roster today. Lindell Heiskanen, Mikkola Ristolainen, and Mata and Matanpalo for Jokiharju for Finland. Canada going forward. How we doing, Dillon? How we doing? Playing forward, Canada. Makar dumps it forward for Canada, and it will be cleared by Finland. Of course, 3 periods and a possible overtime. What channel's the game? It's on Peacock. They won't put it on frickin' USA till 10:40. No joke. They're showing speed skating over hockey right now on USA. No joke. I love speed skating, but that's bullshit. Playing forward. And offside. Tom Wilson. The puck is offside. 18:04:00. Playing forward, Finland have the puck. They've dumped it in. The Olympics has been weird like that. Oh, so Canada's done the same thing. I don't think they've done that to this game, though. But, saved by Binnington. And that'll be a face-off in the Canadian zone. But, yeah. Not this game. Yeah, of course. I'd be surprised. On CBC as well. I'm sure this one's on TV. Everything else, Everything else. Like, I'm sure this is on TV completely in Canada. Every CBC channel probably has this on the freaking channel. Everything else is on CBC Gem. Playing forward, Canada loses it. Goes back behind the blue line. Finland does a good forecheck so far, I have to say. Dumped in. Canada steals. They have it. McDavid throws it on. Celebrini loses the handle. Ay, ay, ay. Finland's checking well. Playing forward. Celebrini. Celebrini dumps it to McDavid. McDavid, cross shot, goal! No! Saros got it. TSN and Sportsnet in Toronto. Well, there you go. CBC Sportsnet. No. My bad. Saros got it. I thought that went in. I thought Celebrini had that one. Wow. I thought he had it. Wow. What a save by Saros. I thought that went in. 17. My bad. Face off. Won by Canada. Here comes the Finnish goalie. 50-save performance against Canada, isn't it? I mean, you say Saros ain't a bad goalie, though. Like, it wouldn't shock me if he did that. At least it's not the French guy. At least it's not that French guy. Like, that was a bit shocking. And it still was 10-2, but they pulled him after 2 periods, and then it got really bad for France. Dostal, that was a solid performance. All things considered, that didn't really surprise me. Honestly, I'd say Dostal. Dillon's going to hate this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think Dostal and Saros are better goalies than Hellebuck right now. I'm going to say it. And frankly, they're probably better than Binnington, too. So I'm going to say it anyway. Shot blocked away. Binnington right now, at least for Canada, he's better than garbage. But for the Blues, he's been garbage. Hellebuck, he ain't been the same. I think they broke him. Speaking of the Blues, I think they broke him. Well, no shit. Okay, at least you agree. Who do you think scores the USA game? I got Tage Thompson on my parlay. I got Austin Matthews, Jack Eichel, and yeah, I think it'll be 3-2. Slovakia's tough. I think Dvorsky will probably get a goal for Slovakia. 3-2. Matthews, Eichel, and shot saved by Binnington. Brady Tkachuk. I don't know who the other Slovakian scorer will be, but probably We'll see who that is. That's other parlay is Eichel, Matthews, and Boldy. Okay. I could see that. And Wilson is on for Canada. Playing forward. Celebrini. 2 shots to 3. Finland's out shooting Canada. 14 minutes to go in the period. That's crazy. Huh. Well, there you go. Dumps it. Celebrini. Celebrini. Finland's are the defending champions of the Olympic men's hockey tournament. Yeah. Not that that matters because that was without NHLers. So, are they defending gold medalists? Yes. Were there NHLers at that tournament? No. Not in Beijing. I hate it, but it's been a tough year for him. The in-season surgery didn't help. Yeah. And that's a TV timeout, 0-0. People are saying Slav should be MVP over USA, Canada. That isn't a USA, Canada player. I agree. Oh, yeah. Slavkovsky as well. Yeah, Slavkovsky and Dvorsky score for Slovakia today. Yeah, they still lose 3-2. Yeah, Dvorsky and Slavkovsky scored today for. So glad TSN exists. I've heard of Pep Beal before, yeah. I wouldn't say I know him, but I've heard of him. I've seen him play. Like, no is a strong word. USA out here real with stupid subscriptions to make it hard to watch everything on one channel. Well, for me, the good news is I have Peacock because of the WWE, and then, well, it was never because of the Premier League, but then, well, there's that too. He's not. Jordy's better than Pep Beal. No. No. I mean, Pep Beal's not a bad player, but he ain't Jordy Mihailovic. What? And we're off. 13:48, Canada wins the faceoff, and Celebrini throws it straight to a Finnish player. Are they sloppy again? McDavid at the point. Shot. No tip-in. They tried, though. Are Canada sloppy again? McDavid. Shot. Save. What a shot by Sanheim, but saved. Sanheim once again against Saros, and they do not connect on the centering pass. Canada gets it back, 13-16, 3 shots to 4. Wow. And there's the Finnish going for it. Lusterinen, shot, saved by Binnington. Lobbed on, and he saves it. Ooh. Lundell from the Florida Panthers. Finland are the current champions, yeah, but again, at that Olympics, were there NHLers? Does it really count? Like, yeah, Canada are playing the defending champions, but does it really count, though? None of these guys, or, well, some of them might have been. It was only 4 years ago. Maybe some of them were on the roster, still playing in Europe or something, but I ain't checking that. I could, but I ain't. I know Lehkonen won on the roster. He was playing for the Habs at the time. Saved. Because the NHL is finicky with having NHLers at the Olympics. That's all I could say. Who knows? Like, you think they're going to have them there next time. Shot. Blocked. You think the NHLers are going to be there in 2030. I don't know. Like, after Crosby and Fiala, who knows? Good. I can live with that. How are we getting outshot by Finland? Because they are. Canada looks shaky again. Again. Saved. I don't know if this is worse than the Czechia game. Like, as in, like, I don't know what to say, man. Like, it's sad, really. We are getting outshot by Finland. Like, we shouldn't be, though. Let's look. Okay, medalists. Say blocked away. Oh, my God. Let's see. Leo Komarov played for the Swedish gold medal team last time. Leo Komarov. I don't think any of them on this roster were at 2022's Olympics. No, but Leo Komarov was on that squad. Oh, Mikko Lehtonen. Well, hold on. Well, Mikko Lehtonen was there, yes. Oh, yeah, he was on the Leafs for 9 games in 2020 to 2021. I forgot about that. Holy Lord, that was a, well, 10:31. Who I got winning the World Series this year? I have the Blue Jays going. I don't know about winning. I feel like we pissed away our best chance. Joel Armia. So it's going to be the Dodgers. Like, I feel like the Dodgers were actually struggling offside last year, and we could have beat them. This year, we may play them again, but it might be more of an ass kicking. I think we may have missed our best chance. They only got better. Yeah, because they stole our main fucking target. I hate the Dodgers, man. Tripping, maybe? Or is it too many men on the ice and a former Jet? Too many men? Oh, God, no, no, no. Canada, too many men on the ice. Penalty. Oh, so you call it now. Oh, so you call it now. Josh is officially headed to Toronto, yeah. Sam Bennett's going to serve the penalty. Well, okay, at least he knows how to be in the box. Canada's down on a power play because there were too many men on the ice. Now you call it, don't you? Now you call it. Oh, they don't call it when Czechia has 8 men on the ice to score a leading goal, but they call it now? The fuck? You just knew that would happen. You just knew that was going to happen. I know it's 9 in the morning. I don't give a rat's ass. If you don't like cursing, go to Steve Dangle's channel. He don't curse. I do sometimes. Canada on the penalty kill, 129. Save! Good job, Bennington. I am kind of pissed off. Suomi hopefully does well today. You know they're playing Canada, right? They're doing well so far. Canada looks shaky as all hell. And I thought Canada was going to be solid today. I thought Canada was going to play better today. Arguably, they played worse. Arguably, Canada has played worse in this game. Arguably, they're still shaky. Are we frauds? Like, I think it's time to ask the question. Are we frauds? Stone on the penalty kill, shorthanded. 30 seconds left on the penalty, 8:39 to go in the first period. If we can get out of this period with a draw or somehow having the lead, I'm going to take that and run. Behind the net. Yeah, I agree. Canada only having 3 gold medals at the Winter Olympics is unacceptable. This is probably got to be Canada's worst Winter Olympics ever. Now, of course, they could farm the hockey. Well, I don't know about farming it, but there's still a chance they could farm the hockey medal, and that goes out of play, and also the curling medal over the next couple of days. But Canada, they've had a bad Olympics. They have. Another TV break, 0-0 in the first. That is true. It's been a really sad Olympic Games for Canada. I agree. Yes. Medal. Canada wins Hockey Olympics. Does it count as 1 medal? Yes. 1 medal for the country. Even though every player gets 1, but it's 1 medal for the country. Actually, no. Canada has 4 goals. Or 4 golds. 4 golds. Canada is 11th. Only team event counts as 1 medal. Yeah. So curling would also be 1 medal. Even though the Jacobs rink has 5 players, the alternate and the 4 main players, they only count if they win the gold or any of the medals, which they're in the final, so they'll at least win a silver. The Jacobs rink would count as 1 medal. Whatever medal they get counts as 1 medal, even though there's 5 players on that team. The 4 main players and the 1 alternate. So Canada has 15 medals overall, 4 golds, 5 silvers, 6 bronzes. They're at least going to get a silver or gold in curling tomorrow. Canada will play for a medal. We just don't know which one. Right now, it looks like a bronze the way these jackasses are playing. But if they play for a gold, they will get a medal no matter what on Sunday, even if it's a silver. Japan has 24 medals, 5 golds, 7 silvers, 12 bronzes. Austria in 9th. They have 18 medals. How the hell are they in 9th? Is it because they have 5 golds? Is that it? In medal count, no, they're not 9th, but because they have 5 golds, I guess. Doesn't golds only break ties? Like, number of golds only break ties? And fuck if I know. 7, Switzerland and Sweden both have 6 goals with 16. France as well. Okay, why are they 6th then? Because they have 6 golds and 16 medals. What the Yeah, Google's dumb. Google is dumb. This is why I use FOTMob, even if they screw up sometimes. 726. I wish Canada was as good as Norway when it comes to Olympic sports. Yeah, Norway's getting good. Norway was like that, 17 gold medals. Norway's always been solid, but Norway in sports is starting to get better than just solid. I mean, Norway's always been there in the Winter Olympics for sure. But ever since, call me crazy, but ever since Erling Haaland in most sports, Norway's been better than just solid. They've been dominant. I don't know what it is. Now, I know Erling Haaland has nothing to do with winter sports, but, it's like he changed the mentality of the Norwegians. They only accept perfection now. I don't think Erling Haaland's the perfect player, but he does score. You say that, but he made a World Cup at least. Disappointed in China. This is not the Summer Olympics. The Summer Olympics, if they had 12 medals, now I'd be disappointed in China too. Not that I like them. But this is the Winter Olympics. They're not the same. You know what's funny, though? 2022 for Canada wasn't bad at the Winter Olympics. But 2020, 21, and 2024, Canada had some of their best Summer Olympic medal hauls. Now they're having one of their worst Winter Olympic medal hauls. That's just crazy. I'm happy. well, at least about the summer part, you know. Watching Canada do good at the Tokyo and Paris Olympics in the summer, that made me happy. On medal hauls, that made me very happy. But I didn't ask for it to be traded with a shitty winter haul. Like, this feels like a summer Olympics. Like, 15 medals at the Winter Olympics for Canada feels like a summer haul. This never happens. McKinnon dumps it. Loses it at the blue line. No, he actually picked it back up at the center line. 5:13 to go. So, problem is the memberships now for Canada. Hockey Canada membership has been declining every year, but soccer and basketball keeps growing. Well, we're not just talking about hockey, though. This is all the winter sports like speed skating, curling. Curling, suffice it to say, the women lost their semifinal. At least last I checked. That was Sweden to Sweden. No, it's not like it's too crazy. The men are in the final. Mixed doubles didn't go well. That is true. But speed skating, skiing, snowboarding, hockey, at least they were in the final of the women's tournament, and they can make the final of the men's tournament. So hockey's the least of our problems of the things we didn't medal in or only got a bronze in. Hockey's the least of our problems, but I get what you're saying, but still. Yeah, no, they were outplayed by far. Sanheim loses it. Canada picks it up. Yeah, the Canadian women got bodied in the group stage against the USA, and they were 2 minutes away from winning the gold medal, and they gave up a goal at the last minute and then lost in overtime. And the USA was a way better team. Like, that's the problem. Like, the U.S. women are the better hockey team right now. That is true. Point blank, period. The Canadian women have, at least the men haven't been caught up by the USA. The USA, Canada is still the better men's hockey team over the USA. No matter how much you want to talk about it, they ain't won a freaking meaningful game. The USA women are obviously better, though. Like, they're faster. They're more physical, at least within the rules. They have better goal scores. Canada's women's team is getting older, and they care more about giving a coach his turn than somebody who actually deserves to coach the team. And then you can argue, not that it matters, because juniors is a whole different section, but when it comes to junior hockey, the Canadian juniors are fucking garbage now. They even had a good roster. They finally called a good roster, and what happened? And Bennett gets sent into the net. The net's off the stanchions. 308. Sam Bennett. Well, you know what? Maybe you should. I agree. Lol. But again, look at it like this. The Canadian juniors have lost 3 straight World Juniors. They have not been in a World Juniors final since they beat Czechia that one time. I was live for that game. We have not been back to a World Juniors final since, and every year we've been beaten by Czechia. Like what? You think I make Czechia? I don't want to play Czechia again jokes for no reason? There's a reason. And Marchand is going to the box. No, he's just going to the bench. I'm like, okay. I was like, don't tell me he's going to the box. Hockey Canada needs to fire their board. Sam Bennett's into the box. His second penalty. So explain to me how. Goalie interference? He got pushed into the net. And he got elbowed by Saros. What the? What, you're telling me? That's a penalty? I hate IHF hockey. My God. This would never be a penalty in the NHL. Hockey Canada needs to fire their board and change direction. Pretty clear organization doesn't have their priorities straight. Other countries have been allowed to catch up. So what? You're saying that the Canadian men are just still where they are because of their talent? You know, I can believe that. It's fair enough. Czechia make my favorite beer, a good Pilsner. I don't drink beer, so. Sanheim threw it on. That's a penalty. Bennett was in the box. This is probably the first time I've ever thought that I didn't think Sam Bennett should be in the penalty box. That's probably like the first time I've ever thought he shouldn't be in the box. I can't believe I'm defending Sam Bennett. See what you made me do, IHF? See what you made me do? You're making me defend Sam Bennett. Do I even want to do that? I'm a Leafs fan. Why am I defending Sam Bennett? Interference on a goalkeeper. What pansy ass shit? Oh, he's not in the box? Oh, no, Finland just scored. Finland just scored 1-0 instantly. Rantanen, 1-0. 1-0 Finland. I was like, oh, maybe they made it right. Nope, he just scored. Off the face-off. Off the first face-off. Instantly. Barn in. Barn in. Rantanen scores. Mikko Rantanen. One nothing, 3:05 left in the first period. Frankly, I think Finland deserves that lead. Who am I kidding? Mikko Rantanen with Aho assist. Honestly, I think Finland deserves that lead. Right off the face-off. Power play goal. 16:55 through the period. 0-1. Finland are the defending champions for a reason. And nobody on this roster played in that game or that tournament. I just said it. Nobody on this roster played in the 2022 Olympics because the NHLers weren't there. Of course Canada didn't win. It's like facing Argentina in soccer. Okay, now you're just being delusional. Like I warned you, the Finns are your rivals. .223. Here comes Canada. McDavid shot blocked. Saros is going goalie us, isn't he? Wilson loses the puck, and Celebrini can't find it. Why are they so sloppy? Jesus Christ. Canada, ever since the France game, has been sloppy as shit. They've been relying on luck. Hey, do it for Sid, right? Bunch of punks. Do it for Sid, right? Sure ain't doing it for Sid right now. 147. I think Finland deserves to have the lead, though. Is it bullshit the reason they have it? Yeah. But they deserve to have the lead. If Canada somehow scores right before the end of the period and ties it up, I'm going to be shocked. And it just knuckles its way to the corner. Canada. They've been on the penalty kill twice, and they certainly didn't even get a chance to kill that last one. Smart play by the Finns, don't get me wrong. Like, right off the face-off, right to Rantanen, and just easy as you like there. I mean, that was smart. Rantanen, speaking of, has it wide. Canada picks it up. 58 seconds left in the period. Canada has 40 more minutes to try to tie this game at the very least. McKinnon dumps it back, and they lose it straight up. Canada dumps it. Still with Canada. Canada wins the puck battle. Loses it to center. 33 seconds. Sanheim at the blue line. Rings it around the board. Saros. At this if we lose this way, I don't even know if I want to do the bronze medal game. They can come back, yeah, but they're a bit sloppy, man. Offside. McDavid, the puck is offside, 11 seconds. There'll be a face-off, and we're going to go to the intermission very quickly. So bad, man. So bad. Jesus Lord. Olympic bronze women's game, Canada versus USA for Olympic bronze curling. And face-off, dumped, and 6 seconds to go. Canada. Shot! Saved by Saros and dropped, and that's the end of the period. 1-0 Finland after 1. Mikko Rantanen on the power play. $40 more minutes for Canada. Can they find an answer? Josh Sargent for Toronto, we know. Canada doesn't play like this is their best sport. They've been skating by on talent for a while. We just said that. Lord. They were, but are they bad per se right now? No. Canada needs more from non-McDavid and Celebrini players. Josh wanted to come back to North America. Well, good for him. Toronto's desperate, so I mean, it's not like I'm not surprised, but you know. But I was thinking Canada's for Brazil, what Brazil is for soccer, for hockey, but we're not losing much yet. We're not losing everything yet. And you can't really use 2018 and the 2022 Olympics as a argument because, again, no NHLers. I guess it could be part of the argument if you wanted to. But either way, with that being said, we'll take a short break at the intermission. We'll talk about the first period, and frankly, we'll see how this goes. We'll be back for the second period soon. 1-0 Finland. Can Canada punch back? Hopefully. We'll see what happens. Sit tight, be back. We're back at the Finland just seems like Argentina at the moment. Did they win the Four Nations face-off? No. That was NHLers versus NHLers. They couldn't even make the damn final. So are they Argentina? No. Sam Bennett, don't run the goalie challenge. Difficulty level impossible. Fucking moron. Should it have been a penalty? I don't know. I feel like that was a harsh penalty, but again, he's a fucking moron. Yeah, they just did it a year ago with the same roster. I don't think the USA are better than they were last year. Like, the Four Nations face-off, that was the USA's moment, and they blew it. They're not better right now. You put them against each other, I think Canada is better than they were last year. They're certainly not the underdogs this time. They got to get there first. True. Still got pushed into them, though, but either way. He tried to Anthony Stoller's Jose Saros, and they scored 3 seconds. We wouldn't be as mad if the Finns didn't score 3 minutes into the power play. Or seconds, I should say. 3 seconds. I mean, Canada's been very disconnected this game. I mean, they've been shaky in the first. Finland's played some solid defense. They've gotten good saves out of Saros. Canada is definitely... I got to be a little bit worried. There. The people yearn for the Zamboni. That's true. Morrow would have scored by Canada for now. By now. He doesn't play hockey. Now Marcelo Flores, on the other hand. Yeah, he probably hadn't played hockey either, but, you know, he's Canadian, though. Colin Campbell forgot to make a phone call. Colin Campbell should never be in the Hall of Fame. Colin Campbell. Yeah, Colin Campbell forgot to make a freaking phone call to the IHF. He forgot to make a phone call. Here we go. Waiting for the second period to start. Jamie Carragher says Tottenham would going down be English football's biggest embarrassment in 50 years. Here we go. I believe Mexico can win the next soccer Olympics. I mean, I haven't really looked at their U23 squad. But then again, the team that played at the U20 World Cup might be able to qualify for the Olympics and play at the Olympics. So they might, yeah. Certainly players on that roster can play at the Olympics, yes. If the bulk of that roster can play at the Olympics, I think they'll be solid. Yeah, I could agree with that, yeah. Same with the USA, though. They can plus 3 veterans, I know. Well, at least for the Olympics itself. The qualifiers, no. The veterans don't come in until the Olympics. But what's your take on Daniel Shalhoub? I've always wanted him to play for Toronto. I've always liked Daniel Shalhoub. I think he's a solid player. I think he has a good work rate. He scores goals. Is good with the ball at his feet. I've always wanted to see a guy like Daniel Shalhoub or just Daniel Shalhoub himself on Toronto. I've always thought he'd be good for us. I'm glad maybe that's when, hey, you wanted this, but it happened too late. I don't think he's that old for that to happen, but who knows, right? But I think he's wearing the number 20. That's what people said he was going to do. So, yeah, I think I'm buying a Daniel Shalhoub jersey when I buy the new kit because I've always wanted him on Toronto, and here we are. So I'm going to be I'm going to give him a damn long leash to perform compared to other people. Whoa. Do they put it on the back of his jersey? No, they don't. Okay. No, it's just regular old. Okay, no. No accent. Huh. But we're waiting for the second period to start. But I think that's a good move for Toronto. And yeah. Yeah, I think I know what jersey I'm buying. It's a good thing I waited. Just like what? The year I bought the Larea kit. Like I waited to buy the jersey. I was going to buy a Coelho jersey, and then they brought back Larea. And then I bought the Larea kit. Last time they had an away kit. I guess it's a good thing I waited again. Because Not saying I mean, I like Jordy Mihailovic, but I like Jordy, but I'd rather have a Daniel Shalhoub jersey than Jordy. Start of the second period. Here we go. 1-0 for Finland. Let's see what Canada does in the second here. So, I was going to buy the Toronto kit today. Just let it slip to Friday. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's see what Canada does. Wait, they're making a new... Oh. Post 2005 internet. Oh, they got me. I was like, you think TFC will actually make the playoffs this year? I mean, with the players they got, they should. Like, I had them 11th before Sargent and Shalhoub. I think they can make the playoffs with the roster they have. If they play to their level. If they play to their level that I think they can, I think they can make the playoffs. I don't think they'll be that high on the table, but I think they can make the playoffs. Question is does Robin Fraser have him playing to that level? I hope he does. They will be competitive. I agree. Very interested to see what happens tomorrow. This is the most hopeful I've been for a while for Toronto. This is the most hopeful I've been, for sure, for a while. Which is good, I guess, but we'll see how it turns out. Saros has faced 8 shots and saved 8. Either way, I don't think that's... Either way, he's saved all of Canada's shots. Sam Bennett takes the face-off, and Canada wins the face-off. You know what? That was sort... You know, thinking about it, 1952, I don't know if Canada should have had a checking line. I've got to agree. Yeah, there you go. Playing it, that's icing. Canada will have offensive zone face-off. John Cooper, Bruce Cassidy, assistant coaches. Rick Tocchet as well for Canada. Oh, Jesper Sorensen had his contract extended for Vancouver. Well, you know what? He deserves it. Yeah. Face-off. Canada wins the face-off. Shot. Blocked away. Hagel plays it on. Canada. Shot! Theodore puts it wide. Dumps. Canada. Bennett. Dumped in and missed. Depth is much better than last year. I agree. Here's the crazy part. There's only 2 players on the roster. Wait, no. Starting 11? Shot saved. That doesn't make any sense. Somebody said there was only 2 players left on the roster that were on the roster against Montreal 6-1. I'm like, no. That doesn't make any sense. Richie Laryea is still on the roster. Maybe I was misreading. I don't. But even then, there ain't many players left on the roster that were there when we beat Montreal 6-1. When they said rebuild, they meant it. Because Richie's still on the roster, unless I'm missing some. Big. Playing forward. Shot wide. playing forward. Dump behind. Canada has it. Finland's just throwing everybody in a shell. They're happy to park the bus. Call me crazy, but I think Finland's parking the bus now, so to speak. They're throwing everybody into a shell once Canada's in the offensive zone. But that was a really extended offensive zone time for Canada there. Finland was hemmed in for a second there. 17-21. Shot wide. Dumped in. Parayko. Shot! Rings around the boards, and it goes all the way back. 17-08. Wait, delayed penalty for Canada. Delayed penalty for Canada. They have 6 skaters. McDavid, and it will be a power play. Finland touches it. Canada on the power play. Yeah. Doing the hockey version of Park, everyone in the penalty area. McKinnon got ran into by Hintz. Come on, power play. Timbers have an 18-year-old center mid. Eric Azotia. He's got talent. May get minutes with first team. Phil's going to play our kids more. Gage Guerra might force his way to get minutes. Interference on Aho for 2. See what Canada could do on the power play. 16:57 left in the second. 6 minutes and 57 seconds away from halfway through the game. Can Canada tie it? McDavid. They had Finland struggling for a second there with 5-on-5, so they could get some possession. Maybe they can make them struggle here. Makar plays it on to McDavid. McDavid. Reinhart. Gives away. Shot. Goal! Short-handed. Finland take a 2-0 lead on a short-handed goal. Oh my God. 2-0 Finland. Haula scores. Haula was hauling ass. Bad giveaway, and that was easy as you like. Canada's still on the power play. That's the good news. But Eric Haula, shorthanded goal. Joel Armia passed that. Yep. That's exactly what they were doing. And Aho, Armia with the assist, Haula with a goal. Short-handed goal. 2-0. Yep. Eric Haula, Joel Armia. Canada's got to come back. And they miss it. Oh, no. 54 seconds left on the power play. This is bad. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, this ain't good. Turns out Canada are frauds, or maybe they have the flu. Maybe they have the flu. Maybe they're sick. Or maybe it was always a carry job. Not USA versus Finland or Slovakia versus Finland. Finland are just that good to Argentina hockey. Yeah, I do too. I want to see USA Canada. If we lose like this, I don't even want to do the bronze medal game. I'm sorry. Why? I'll just do the curling. Fuck that shit. Like, this is some bullshit. 15 minutes to go. Canada, you better. They already used up like 5 of their 9 lives. They're going to have to use them all up here just to freaking come back, ain't they? McDavid throws it on. Oh, my God. And it's out of the freaking offensive zone. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you. Yeah, I don't think Canada's going to, or USA is going to lose to freaking Slovakia. I would love it. If Canada loses this game, I want Slovakia to win. Just to make Canada, just make the USA not even be able to talk shit. Well, what about the bronze medal game? Yeah, if the USA wins, nobody cares. This Team Canada has no heart. Trade Marner. Who else think it's time to trade Marner? Maybe for Rantanen. Saved by Bennington. You know what? Maybe they should have took Scheifele and Bedard. You know what? Maybe Canada should have taken Scheifele and Bedard to the Olympics instead of Sam Bennett. Chat, don't start with Leaf fans on Marner. I think Marner's garbage. Well, at least when it matters. Trust me, hey, if you want to call Marner shit, go ahead. Doesn't matter what he did 2 days ago. This game is not, he ain't done shit today. He finally had his moment. He's still a punk. He's still a punk. But look at the Leafs record. Yeah, we're just fucking garbage. What? That's not the point. We'd probably still be garbage with Marner. Just we'd be in the playoffs, but we wouldn't even be. I guess I'm a jinx. I guess I'm a jinx. Ask Pacharo. That'd be an icing. Maybe I am. I don't know. Nice to see Wayne Gretzky in attendance. And there are too many, and a lot of Canadians say he's a traitor. So he can't win either way. Canada should save themselves for the bronze game. Frankly, I ain't going. If they lose like this, like the Finns are playing a good game. I'm not saying they aren't saved. The Finns are playing a good game. But if Canada loses like this, I'm not doing the bronze game. I'll just be doing curling tomorrow. But that also means I don't got to wake up at 7 in the morning on Sunday. So, is that a win? I don't know. We'll see. Canada needs to start firing pucks on net. I agree with that. Oh, by the way, we're not halfway yet, but we're close. Small W, maybe. Every Panthers player has been useless. Well, I can tell you exactly why. Every Florida Panthers player has been useless because Colin Campbell is not making the calls to the freaking referees saying don't call anything on my players. That's exactly why they're useless. They're not being protected like they are. And honestly, Florida's been shit all year. It's not like the Leafs are the only team who's been shit. Florida's been shit all year. So, even with being protected. Either way. Could have left Wilson, Bennett, Marchand at home for any three of Bedard, Scheifele, Hyman, and Barzal, and the team would have been better instantly. I agree with that. McKinnon on the face-off. Canada wins the draw. Nope, the Finns get it. And dumped in. Why do we look so... Man. What about Schaefer? Fair enough. True. And that's a bad giveaway by Taze. Schaefer would have been good. I think we needed probably another defender. Lane Hudson's better than every defenseman on Canada. I don't disagree. I don't disagree on that. Rory certainly don't. 12:44. Why are we bringing 35-year-old grinders when we have top 10 talent sitting at home? Yeah, I agree with that. 12:40. Dumped in. 12:35. Ooh. Finland made a mistake. Almost did, but no, they did not. Zero creativity on defense. Yeah, our blue line is just so ho-hum. Comme ci, comme ça. No, it's honestly just bad today. Turns out that Czechia game was a warning sign. And they just overshoot the pass. Of course. Turns out that Czechia game was a warning sign, whatever the fuck that was. Dumped in. Florida players don't get away with gooning at the Olympics. Shot. Blocked and saved. Saved by Saros. Can they shoot Sidney Crosby up with Lidocaine and just let him play in the third period? No? Face off. Nothing like Rick Tocchet dump and chase hockey with the best players in the world down 2 goals in an elimination game. Yeah, this looks just like a Leafs game this year. Like, this is just sad. This feels too familiar. Is Craig Berube there? Is Mark Savard there? I ask because this feels too familiar. When you wear a maple leaf, you choke, I guess. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Canada's won a lot of international tournaments. I didn't say it made sense. Canada. Tapped in. Nope. And it's saved by Saros. You okay, Canada? Finland. Am I watching the Leafs? Yeah, that's a good question. Am I watching the Leafs? Because this looks way too familiar. The Finnish goalie is a wall. I agree. Saros has been amazing. But their defense has also been a pest. It's not like their defense hadn't done anything. Finnish defense has done just playing it, keeps it above the blue line, at least the puck itself. His feet weren't, but shot! Saved! Saros covers. Celebrini took a shot, it's covered. 10:36 left of the second period. Plot twist, it was probably for the better we didn't get Slovakia. Bennett's thinking if I run him just one more time, we'll win this. You know what? Should I be hypocritical? Need a goal, send out Bennett, Marchand, and Wilson. Brilliant. Celebrini, 4 shots on goal. Maybe the only Canadian player doing anything worth a damn. Macklin, Celebrini. Honestly, I'd buy a Macklin Celebrini Canada sweater. Okay, no, McDavid's doing... McDavid and Celebrini are the only two players doing anything worth a damn on Canada. Let's be real. Yeah, quadruple shift McDavid and Celebrini. Yeah, I agree. At this point, you're right. Just quadruple shift them. Fuck it. Like, that's exactly what you should do. I don't care if they get tired. Celebrini don't seem to get tired. Dude's stuck up on Mountain Dew like old Mitch Marner. Like, Celebrini's hopped up on Mountain Dew like 2017 Mitch Marner. I don't think he'll get tired. Quadruple shift Celebrini, double shift McDavid until you tie the game. Then by then, you'll just have to do it for the rest of the game anyway. Behind the net, Cagazzo. Cazzato. Cazzata. Cazzata Malanga. Is that a power play for Canada? Hollow with a shorthanded goal, and they're up 2-0. Just need one before the end of the period. I would hope so. Well, that's cool. Lando ended up second on day 3 of the preseason test. Leclerc first. You know what? If Lando and Leclerc are the top 2 in the World Drivers' Championship this year, I won't complain. I don't care which order, honestly. No, I'm fine with either. Ooh. See what Canada does. We got to get one by the end of the period. We have to. Forza Ferrari. Center ice face-off at the offside dot, Suzuki. Do you know if Tate McRae's watching this game? I don't know. I frankly don't care. I'm not Jack Hughes. Honestly, I'm probably a bigger Canada supporter than she is. That's just crazy. Can we swap citizenships? Either way. Playing forward. Playing forward. Canada has it. Stone plays it forward. Canada gets back the possession. And they dumped it right at center. My God. Aho. 8:22. I have no clue if she is or not, though. So. Then again, in through McKinnon. McKinnon shot right at Saros. Habs have been quiet on Kyrou like 3 times. Well, he'd be good for y'all. Face off, Canada. loses the draw, but they get it around the wall. McKinnon hits the wall, and it's lost. Center ice. Bring on the States for the bronze medal game. Shot save. Celebrini. It's McKinnon. Center ice pass, and they lose it. My God. Oh, my God. Oh, shit, bro. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Theodore rings it around the boards. Celebrini doesn't even... I'd complain about Mitch Marner not going for that puck. Celebrini, come on. You're a prodigy, but go for that puck, man. Che cazzo. Bennett. Sam Bennett's on the ice. Yeah, that's going to end well. Wilson. .636. Wilson dumped out, and Lundell. Lundell skates in, and Marchand picks it up. Finland has a game plan working to perfection. Well, good. And there's a penalty, I'm guessing. Is Canada going to the box? San Miguelito's the only Central American club that's put up a fight in Champions Cup. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Marchand got high-sticked. Marchand got high-sticked. Canada should be on the power play. 2 minutes for high-sticking on Finland. Now, can we score on this power play, damn it? That would be nice. Can we not do any stupid shit like we did on the last one? That would be... Ooh. Face off. Lundell high stick. Yep. Face off. Canada does win the face off. Makar. McDavid throws it on in front of the net. Doesn't get shot though. McDavid. 0 for 1 on the power play, and they also allowed a shorthanded goal, so that's even worse. Makar. Shot wide. Just blockered Makar. McDavid. And missed. Makar keeps it in. 1:23 left on the power play. McDavid. Back to Makar. Shot goal! 1-2! Cale Makar! 1-2! That's one. Cale Makar scores the first Canadian goal. And they're only down by 1. Power play goal for Cale Makar. We needed 1 by the end of the period. Now let's keep it a 1-goal game. Unless we could score 1. That would be nice. Cale Makar shoots it through. Let's see if it was tipped. It was tipped. It was tipped. Cale Makar's shot tipped in by Sam Reinhart. And it gets tipped in against Saros. Hey, you know what you're supposed to do? Go to the net! And they did. Sam Reinhart, Makar, McDavid with the assists. There you go. 2-1 Canada. At the TV break. 2-1. What a deflection. Needed that something awful. Makar puts it on. Sam Reinhart tips it in. Because you should go to the net. Exactly. Wow. Power play goal for Canada. They needed that one. It was not Suzuki. What do you mean? NHL.com as Suzuki. 1420. That was not. Am I dreaming? Like, that was not Suzuki. Huh? That was Sam Reinhart. That was obviously Sam Reinhart. NHL.com is bugging. NHL.com is bugging. 2-1. There is no way. They are bugging. Sam Reinhart. Yeah, there we go. There we go. 14-20. At least the time was right. Makar and McDavid with the assist. Makar's ability to find a shooting lane through that much traffic's insane. Oh, Canada, our home and native land. Sergeant 22 million to TFC. Yep, saw it. I just hope he does well. I hope he's worth that price tag, because maybe he'll be good in MLS. Maybe he won't be a fraud. He's been solid with Norwich until they benched him. So, neutral zone face-off. Canada wins the draw. Just keep it a one-goal game before the third period, and then we go from there. That's what I say. Just keep it one. Just keep it one. Pareko. Just keep it one. Let's not let Finland score. Man, if they tie it and then let Finland score, I swear, man. Is that exactly what happened with Czechia? I think that's, well, we weren't down 2, but I think that's exactly what happened. TFC always overpays. Well, they have the money to do it, and it's offside. If you have the money to do it, why not do it? If you need the player, and they need the player, so. Norwich have gone on a run since benching him, though. Well, true. I thought he was playing solidly there before he got benched. I was saying him. Do, 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 do. 1-1 or 1-2. 1 goal for Finland per period. Canada finally has their goal. Makar plays it on, and it just... that was bad. Taves. 440. I don't disagree, but... Wide. Oh, no. Finland's starting to hem in Canada a little bit. Is this the Bennett, Marchand, Reinhart line? Because that would make total sense. Ali Ahmed's been scoring for Norwich. I'm not surprised. Good for him, though. Good for Canada, too, so no question about that. Like, I want him to succeed. And that was whatever that was. 4 minutes in. And it's a 2-on-2. Shot saved by Bennington off of his chest. And it's out of play. Out of boots! Connor McDavid, 12 points. Most men's hockey, most points in a single Olympics with NHL players. Connor McDavid, 20 years after Teemu Salon and Saku Koivu. 12 points for Connor McDavid, Salon, and Koivu at 11 in Turin, which is also in Italy. Celebrini with 9 points. 352. Face off. Mikael Granlund's been on the ice 13 times for 1034. Oh, no. Are we? Oh, yeah, he played for the Habs, didn't he? Playing for, and nope. Bennington dumps it. What the hell are you doing? We drafted his son. He's developing well. Okay. Of course, the Habs get Saku Koivu's son. It feels like that would be feeling like Vladdy Guerrero Jr., but in hockey. Well, you get my point. Maybe not exactly, but you get my point. 306. Dumps through. Oh. Finland is still parking the bus, but Canada's still. Tom Wilson throws it on. And Bennett does not tap in. Of course he wouldn't. Honestly, I could totally see that happening. That would be an awesome final. I'm not going to lie. I think the Habs versus Abs is a real chance to be in the Stanley Cup final. I agree. Like, that'd be an awesome final. Wilson. Wheels around the ice, behind the net, 2:27. Let's just keep it a one-goal game at the intermission. That would be positive. It's not pretty, but it's something. Makar. Off. That's an icing. 2:18. I think Habs-Abs is a real chance of being the final. I agree. Okay, they fixed it to Reinhardt. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it's funny if you think about it. Every goal in this game has been on the power play. Finland's power play, Finland's shorthanded goal, Canada's power play goal. I don't know if I kind of want Canada to finish this within the third period, though, because I will be real. I don't know if playing Finland in overtime would be the best opportunity. I feel like Finland would be like the best team on 3-on-3. Like, the way they have speed is just, I don't know if you'd want to face. I know Canada has some good offensive players. I'm not saying they don't. But 3-on-3 hockey against Finland, I feel like they're speed demons, and that's just not the smartest play. That's not the smartest situation to put yourself in. Dumped in and behind the net, 138. Like, I don't know if that's the smartest situation to put yourself in, all things considered, because the Finnish are speed demons, man. Didn't they do that? Yeah, I think, Switzerland, yeah. They won in overtime there, yeah. Stone. So, I think Canada's better than Switzerland, but you get my point. Dumped behind the net. 1:05 left in the second period. One final minute of the second. 40 minutes through the game. Canada, that'll be an icing for Finland. Canada need to score a second goal to get this just to overtime. They have 20 minutes to do that. The Finns are efficient. I agree. Like, they're really good hockey. They're a really good hockey team. They really are. Canada's dominated this game since the shorthanded goal. I would agree with that. But that's probably more of the Finnish game plan of parking the bus and seeing what Canada could do with the puck. I think that's sort of score effects, I won't lie, but Canada has dominated offensively, at least getting chances since the shorthanded goal. But again, I feel like that's more score effects than anything else. Icing on Finland. Probably more score effects than anything else. What time is TFC on Saturday? 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. We'll be live for it, don't worry. Canada's playing with fire. Turn the puck over in the neutral zone, trying to do too much. Well, they're the ones playing from behind, so that would... Another face-off? Yes, another face-off. 36 seconds to go, 1-2. It's a huge final minute. Hopefully they still some C's, so those of you that got McDavid jerseys get a C for it. I feel like it's a little bit harsh to Sidney Crosby. Lundell dumps in. Bennington, what the hell are you doing, man? And Bennington covered it. Okay, I'm like, dude, man, dude. What the hell are you doing? But I don't know what the hell he thought he was doing. That was... Could you imagine this Finnish team with Paul Maurice as their head coach? Yeah. It's the Florida Panthers. Lusterinen plays for the Panthers. You don't have to imagine hard to realize what it would be. It's the Florida Panthers. The Finnish team coached by Paul Maurice would just be the Florida Panthers, except, well, Colin Campbell would have nothing to do with them. But they could probably win without Colin Campbell. That's the problem. By the way, Colin Campbell should never be in the Hall of Fame. 3, 2, 1. And it's a 1-goal game going to the third. Which, compared to how this game's going, I'll accept that. 1-2. Canada's got to get a goal in 20 minutes to send this to overtime. 2 to really feel comfortable, whether Finland scores again. The way Finland's been playing since the shorthanded goal, they can't hold out like this for another 20 minutes. You would think. But Qatar Musa says he wants to average a goal a game this year. He probably could. Keep up the pressure. Keep up the pressure, Canada. Come on. Somebody's got to step up big during the third. With that being said, we'll take a short break during the intermission. We got 20 more minutes at the very least. Sit tight, be back. We're back for the intermission. 1-2. Canada have done better in the second period. They've outshot Finland 14-3 in the second. It was 8-8 in the first. Ever since the shorthanded goal, Canada's been dominant offensively, and they've hemmed in Finland. The question is can they get the second goal and send this to overtime at the very least? If not, just score 2 in the third period. I would say they got to find a way. They got to find a way. But we'll see how it goes. Speaking of, let's see when the Formula One Australian Grand Prix, or what time it is. I'm going live for the Australian Grand Prix for sure. And reviewing it. But let's see what time. 10 p.m. on Saturday, March 7th. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought. It's not as bad as I thought. So what? Toronto FC game, review it, then do the Formula One Grand Prix? So, because it's in Australia. I thought it would have been like 2 a.m. Okay, that's not bad. So we will be live on March 7th, 2 weekends from now. That would be, yeah. Not next Saturday, not this Saturday, not next Saturday, the Saturday after. 2 Saturdays from now, we'll be live for the Australian Grand Prix. And then Toronto FC. That's normally a Toronto Saturday. March 7th. Oh, shit, they're playing on Sunday that week. Oh, well, there you go. They're playing at 6 on Sunday that week. Is there anything on the 7th that I want to do? Can't be too late. No. DC Inter Miami. TFC just got Josh Sargent. Look it up. It's not a joke. I know. I've seen. DC Inter Miami, maybe. St. Louis, Seattle Sounders at 7:30. I think we'll just do the Formula One. We'll just do the Formula One on Saturday at the 7th of March. So that's odd. Toronto plays on Sunday night. Saturday night, we'll be live for MLS, or the Formula One. Okay, that's weird. Okay, we'll do that then. But yeah, let's see how the third period goes, and So, yes, on March 7th, we'll be live for Formula One, Australia Grand Prix. Sunday the 8th is when Toronto plays that weekend. I thought it'd be Toronto into Formula One, not Formula One sleep Toronto. But okay, it's fine. Josh Sargent will revive his career at Toronto FC. I hope he does. I hope you're right. I don't know what I'd say revive. I think I don't know. 20 minutes of intermission. Can Canada tie the game up or win it in the third period? The way Finland's playing, just keep up the pressure, keep up the pressure, keep up the pressure. 3 minutes to the third period. But one goal to tie for now. 2 goals to win for now. Canada's been the better team since the shorthanded goal. They got to get some goals, though, themselves. Woo! Oh, Lando's actually good at starts now? Pretty good practice start for Lando. Okay. Yeah, I remember. Remember those like small ice cream cups they had at school lunches as well? Remember those as well? Yeah. But here we go. Game 117 to the third period. There we go. See if that goes. One minute to the third. Seven in the morning for the gold medal game. One to two at the start of the third. Can Canada find their way through? A 1-0 period, a 1-1 period, and we'll see what this is. Sam Bennett to take the first face off of the third period for Canada. Like, that's a good decision, and Canada does get the draw and gave it straight back to Finland. 22 shots to 11, 19:55 left in this game. Canada has 20 minutes to score a tying goal. Hopefully, that's all it has to be. They got to get possession in the offensive zone and just hem them in just like they did the whole third. Most of the third period, they hemmed them in, Finland. But that's kind of what they wanted to have happen. It's not like Canada did, but it's also what Finland wanted, was to be hemmed in. Is this game getting you angry? A little bit, yeah. Suzuki. I mean, I'm definitely not happy with it. Taves, shot! Tipped away. I mean, if Canada loses, am I going to get mad? Shot, blocked. Yeah, I'm going to rant. Like, full-blooded, like, off-the-rails rant? No. Mad? Yeah. I can't get mad like that in this house, though. At least I'm trying not to. I have to pick and choose a little bit more. Playing forward, Celebrini. Celebrini still has the puck. It goes behind the net. 17:56. Shot, save. They switch the lines. 17:36. McKinnon. McKinnon loses the puck. Canada gets behind. The pressure's not as high as it was in the last period for Canada. $16.59. Can they get back to just hemming them in? We'll find out. Tip through. Lundell does not get there. Finland's 22-11 on shots. They haven't gained any shots. Across the ice. Oh no. Tip through though. Good. Canada still has it. Jarvis dumps it. Makar. Not so. Dumps behind the net. Puck battle right in front of the net. And Finland picks it up. 22 shots to 11. Canada behind the net. Mark Stone. 15:54. Blocked away. Canada at the blue line. Shot through! Behind the net. Suzuki. Stone. It's Marner. Marner. Marner has the puck. Back to Mark Stone, his Vegas teammate. Shot blocked. Doesn't Shea Theodore play for Vegas too? I think he does. So 3 of 5 players on that little offensive play there were all of Vegas Golden Knights. McDavid shot. Still with McDavid. In through to the middle. Celebrini saves Saros. Offensive zone face-off. Face-off. Shot! Blocked. Finland gets it back. 23 shot to 11. That'd be their first shot of the period. Yep, first shot of the period in general. Celebrini dumps it in. Dump and chase. Here's Canada. Here's a shot. Taves does not get it. Harley. Oh, Marchand. No. Okay, Canada. No. Shot! Whoa, it went behind the net. Oh. Playing forward, Marchand. Marchand goes wide. Finland gets it back. 13:59. 23 shots to 12. It's 1 shot per team. Marchand, center ice, and he just ate it. Hagel. Save by Saros. I agree. But, I mean, he was always a good goalie. TV timeout, 1-2 with 13:45 to go. Oh, Lord. There's no way they survive for another 15 minutes. There's no way. Or 13 minutes. But Finland need to score before Canada empties the net if the score stays the same till then. Or it's over and over. Or it's over in OT for the Finns. Santi Lopez. Solid player. Solid player. 1 power play goal per team, but Finland has that shorthanded goal. McKinnon for the face-off in the offensive zone. Puck gets dropped, and Canada wins the draw, and they almost lose the possession instantly. Jesus H. Christ. Puck battle at the wall. Celebrini's shot is tipped away. No, it'll happen on Iranian soil or something like that. If there is a World War III. Oh, the Americans are going to be the aggressors for sure, but on American soil, I don't think anybody's going to invade America. I mean, there's only been 2 wars on American soil. Revolutionary War in 1812. Well, at least of country wars. Of course, I mean, shot blocked. Well, behind the wall, Canada spins it round, and it's going to get back to the finish. 12 minutes. Still in the offensive zone for Canada. Dumps through. Theodore. Shot on! Saved by Saros. Saved. Let's see how many shots we're on. 25-12. 3 Canada shots to 12 Finnish shots. 26 shots, 25 saves, .962 save percentage for Saros. 11:57 to go. Suzuki. Celebrini, 7 shots on goal. Plays for, Saros behind the net. Gets back into his crease. The finish. Just get the puck. I would go to the guy who doesn't get covered by Lundell, but okay. Shot! Save! Rebound! No! Harley. But it's picked by Marner, but it's still not. Put out at the blue line. Just get the puck out and go for it. Harley, 11-10. Past the blue line, Canada has it. Wheels around, Suzuki. At the wall, Suzuki. Marner. Canada shot, save Saros. Taves puts on a slap shot from the point. Shot, Harley. Tipped. 10:46. Icing? Nope, Stone gets there. It's called for an icing. Offensive zone face-off. 10:44. Face off. Canada wins the draw. Celebrini puts it to the blue line. Still Canada. Tips in. And here comes Finland, but they don't get much on it. Makar skating up the ice. Makar shot wide. Celebrini dumps into McKinnon. Celebrini has the puck. Celebrini shot wide. Oh, that Finnish player ate it. This ice is horrible. Like, it's not good. I don't know how hard it is to make ice. Bennington behind the net. That was a choice. McDavid, 9:56. Marchand has the puck. Goes down. And there's going to be a stoppage of play. Was that? Third period. Canada, Finland. There's a stoppage of play. Canada's getting a ton of chances here. There's a stoppage of play, that's for sure. Marchand drive the net. Are Canada eliminated? No, not yet. They're 9 minutes away from being eliminated. If they don't score. But USA Slovakia at 2:10. Face off for Canada. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No penalty, okay. Must have been covered on the net drive. And Bennett's on for the face off. Are you losing? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A checking line out for an offensive zone face off. 9:47. They got 4 guys on one side of the face-off dot. Like, you kidding me? Shot! Blocked! Because they just covered everybody. Yeah, no, they just covered everything. Blocked. In through. Shot, goal! Tie game! Tie game! Canada! 2-2! And it's Shea Theodore. Tie game. Wolff. Oh, man. Was there a tip? Nope. Nope. I think that was just Shea Theodore. You got to put it on. Shea Theodore. Tie game. Can they win in 20 minutes or less than 20 minutes? Or Canada ties the game off of Saros' shoulder and in. Shea Theodore. Are we going to overtime or are we going to hold? Parking the bus doesn't work in hockey. Yeah, we've been saying that for like 30 minutes, haven't we? Shea Theodore. Face off for Canada. And can Canada, just don't let them get in behind. Shea Theodore, Makar, and Sanheim assists. I would hope not. Let's not let them score. Let's just hold on. Well, not hold on, but you know what I mean. Like, let's not let Finland score after getting the freaking tying goal. Let's just, not like Czechia, okay? Makar and Sanheim. 10:34. 2-2. 31-14. On shots. 2-2 tie. Are we going to overtime or are we going to go to, are we going to win this in 9 more minutes? Oof. Defensive zone face-off. 8:42 to go. As of now, we go to overtime. 10 minutes, 3-on-3. I don't know, that may change at the final, but right now, 10 minutes of 3-on-3 hockey. Blocked. Of course, they get a really good chance as soon as we frickin' tie the game, but they have not scored. 31-14. It's 3 shots for Finland in this period. They only had 3 in the second. I'm sure that's going to be a higher number. They're going to have more shots in this period because it's a tie game. Out of play. Canada has 9 shots already this period. And they tied the game. Tie game. We're going to see at least in overtime. Well, they got to hold on for 8 minutes or so for that. But either way. Horvat, Lundell. All right. Playing forward. Can Canada win this in 8 minutes or will we go to overtime? I think Finland's a team you don't want to play in overtime, even if you're Canada. Finland's a fast team, and 3-on-3 is fast hockey comparatively to 5-on-5. Now, Saros could still part. Saros could still be that'd be an icing on Finland. All right, I'm not into hockey, says Rislander, but it's really a good-ass game. Watch playoff hockey. Watch Olympic hockey. 4 nations face off. You watch the big games, they're normally good games. I think that's the thing about hockey. Like, I'm not saying the regular season's bad at all. Not saying that. But playing forward. Shot saved by Saros. Be a face-off. Like, hockey games, when it comes to Olympic hockey, playoff hockey, 4 nations face-off, World Cup of hockey, like the big games, they're good games. Like, it's an awesome sport to watch. Like regular season hockey is a little bit tedious at times. I won't lie. I agree with that. But that'll be an icing on Finland. But hockey itself is a wonderful sport. And the more meaning a game has, the better it's probably going to be. Like, that's always the way you could look at it. I think that's the way you should be on. Face-off. Celebrini's had 20 minutes on the ice with 25 shifts. Of course, let's remember this is the third period, so 7:11 to go. Cleared away, Canada. Oh. Shot! Saved by Bennington. They're lucky that wasn't a goal. That could have easily been a goal against. Easily been a goal against. Canada playing forward. McDavid hit at the wall. Shot! Wide! That could have been, it wasn't, but damn, what if that was? Right at the doorstep, but it goes wide. Canada easily could have had a game winner there, or at least a possible game winner there. 6:24. Canada came back from 2-0 down, and now we're tied, and we're 6 minutes away from going to overtime. Will you be doing MLS games? Of course I will be. Duh. Don't tell me Canada's going to the penalty kill. I'll be live for Toronto tomorrow. I'll be live for Seattle, Colorado on Sunday. Even though I'm doing other Canada Olympic things for, well, hopefully the next 2 days. Face-off, offensive zone face-off for Canada. Okay, 6:14. Aho, 1 assist. Goes wide. Canada at the wall. Dumps it. Bennett can pick it up. Marchand loses the puck. 5:50 to go. Luostarinen. Oh, Lord. Dumps in Wilson. Final TV timeout. 2-2. 5:53. Two. 5:53. Late Canada winner just feels inevitable at this point. You watching? Come on. Is the Hockey World Cup better? If they played it regularly, but there will be a World Cup of Hockey in 2028. So that's interesting. It's definitely a fun tournament. It's definitely a fun tournament to watch, but they don't play it regularly. Last one was in 2016, the spring, summer of 2016. There hasn't been one since. There will be one in 2028, so it would have been 12 years. Holy shit. Then I think the one before 2016 was 2004. So again, another 12 years. It's whenever the NHL wants to do it, but they said they'd be better at doing it regularly, so if 2028, after 28, it should be 2032 for the next Hockey World Cup or World Cup of Hockey. But I don't believe that until I see it. Saved by Saros, 528. Like, well, we will see 2028. We know that. Will there be one in 2032? I don't believe it till I see it. And it's not like COVID stopped the World Cup of Hockey from being played after 2016. They just didn't schedule one until 2028. But it was also part of getting the NHL players back at the Olympics. The four nations face off, then the Olympics, then 2 years from now, a World Cup of Hockey. And then in 2030, they'll be back at the Olympics. Well, I would assume so, but we also know. We don't know that's the case until they say it. Basically, don't catch chickens before they hatch. They should be, but knowing the NHL, Celebrini alone, and he just spins out McKinnon. McKinnon behind the net. Dumps it, shot, blocked. 4:47. Canada picks it back up. McDavid. Harley. Thomas Harley. Celebrini. Celebrini dumps it behind the net for Harley. Stone. Back to the blue line. Back to Stone. Runs in Marner. Marner shot save. Suzuki gets taken down. And he loses the puck. 4:18. So basically all I'm saying is I'm sure the World Cup of Hockey there'd be more to it and more prestige to it if it was played more than every 12 years. If they regularly could play it, it would get a lot of... It's like the World Baseball Classic, you know? 4 minutes to go. 33 shots to 15, 4 minutes to go to at least an overtime. Marner had a chance, and he shoots it right at Saros, and then the rebound by Suzuki. He couldn't pot the rebound. Canada reminds me of Real Madrid, the Kings and the comeback. You know what? The past couple of games, you might be right. And the referees might be on their side more times than not. Neutral zone face-off. 4 minutes left in the game. Just do not allow a goal. You could score a goal, you could go to overtime. Just do not allow a goal. Just do not allow a goal. Especially now. Then again, the way this game's going, I thought we'd have to pull the goalie. Saros made a good pad save off of Marner, to be fair. Yeah, then Suzuki got ran in front of the net. That's the problem. 3:47. Man, this Olympics is... Jesus, man. You know, Jesus. Woo! Man, this is crazy. Face-off, defense's own face-off, 3:47. Finland wins the draw. Back to the blue line. Back to the point. Lundell gets saved. Face-off, Canada, 3:39. Ay. Lundell gets saved. Seven of 8, 2 of 3, 5 for 5, 14 for 16 for Binnington. 3:39. Marchand. Face off. Canada wins draw this time. Saucer pass to middle of the ice. And Canada, Marchand. 3:32. How's Canada not winning right now? Finland scored 2 goals against the run of play. Canada came back and tied it. At least they're tied. Finland's been parking the damn bus. It's pretty much the story. And Saros has been amazing. He kicked the puck. Neutral zone face-off. 3:30 to go. 3.5 minutes to go to the end of the third period. Whether that's a win or an overtime game, Just don't allow a goal. Just don't allow a goal, Canada. That's not what you could do. Score or keep it tied. No allow a goal. Bennett goes to the wall. Centered. Saved. 308. And it's a scrap in front of the net. Oh, Lord. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Toronto couldn't handle another Marner game-winning goal. So Winter Olympics and FIFA World Cup are at the same year? Yes. Yes. Do, 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 do. 308. Please, hockey gods, let Canada win in regulation. I just want Canada to win. Forget. Face off. 3:08 to go. We're facing another overtime. I won't complain about it. 3-on-3 for 10 minutes of hockey. Well, at best, or at most. Wonder if a shootout is possible in the semis. That'll be interesting. 2:52. Canada. Makar has the puck. Tipped away. Celebrini. Macklin, Celebrini. Tipped on. Shot. Oh, no. Wide. Wide. And McKinnon high sticked. And there's a stop to play. And Canada goes to the power play. Canada to the power play. For the final two of the final 2:35, Canada is on the power play. Well, this is how you want it. This is how you want it. Canada on the power play for 2 minutes in the final 2:35 if they don't score. But they have 2 minutes of 2 minutes and 35 seconds on the power play. McKinnon high sticked by Mikkola. Of course it was a Florida Panther, but what a stick save by Saros to make sure it doesn't go in. But Canada's on the power play for most of the last 2 minutes of the game. Late Canada winner? Possible. McKinnon. Face-off Lundell McKinnon. Who will win the draw? And it's going to be Canada if they could just hold on. Dumped in. Shot. Goal. Nope. Reinhardt off the chest. Thought I was a little bit too quick on the trigger there. Celebrini. 1 for 2 on the power play. 1:46 left on the power play. Canada. If they're going to win now, they might as well. McKinnon tipped. Can they win it now or... Makar shot! Wide. Canada picks the puck back up on the power play. Celebrini. McKinnon. McKinnon has the puck. He plays it to the blue line to Makar. Back to the point. Canada. 1:12 left on the power play. Skates in. Shot. McKinnon wide. Rings around the boards. 1 minute to go. If I was Canada, I don't know. Do you? If you hold possession, do you pull the goalie? I don't know. I'd consider it. 1:27. Celebrini. 49 seconds left on the power play. 1:21 left in the game. Right now, they'd be going to overtime no matter what. Can Canada score on the last power play of the game? McDavid shot! Shot! Behind the net. 31 seconds on the 5-on-4. McKinnon. 26 seconds. Makar skates. Shot at the point. Saved by Saros. Dump behind. Makar at the point. McKinnon loses the handle. 10 seconds. 42 left in the game. Dump behind. Played on shot. Goal! Nathan McKinnon wins it. seconds left in the game. 2 seconds left in the power play. No, I did not do a Winter Olympics watch along in 22. And Nathan MacKinnon, he's been shaky all game. And one last chance. Nathan MacKinnon slots it home for Canada. It gets through, and he's right there, just past Saros' arm. It just squeezes in, and that may send Canada to the gold medal game. Nathan MacKinnon on the power play. He had a sliver of an opening to pop that goal in, and he sure did. 3-2 with 35 seconds to go. Nathan MacKinnon. Oh, no, they're checking the goal. No, they're checking the goal. Coach, Finland has challenged the goal. Finland has challenged the goal. Hold on. Possible offside on Canada. I don't know. We're going to see if this is offside. Desperation check, nothing to lose. We're going to see if it's offside. Does it stand? For now, it's a MacKinnon goal. If it stands, McDavid Celebrini with the assist, 19-24. That looks onside on the replay. I think it is, but if we lose the game, yeah, it's going to get me angry. If we win in overtime, no. I think it's onside. I think he's onside. Everybody has to be in front of the red line before the puck gets into the offensive zone or blue line. Goal! It stands. Jesus Lord. (1924) 3-2. Goal stands. Everybody has to be ahead of the blue line before the puck gets into the offensive zone. That's the onside. If there's any player who is before the blue line as the puck goes into the offensive zone, it's offside. Whole body's across the blue line for the puck, yeah. And Canada has a goal that stands. Delay the game. And Canada's on the power play for the last 2 minutes, or the last 30 minutes, or 30 seconds of the game. Capocacco serving the penalty for the missed challenge. MacKinnon scores late. Can Finland get one shorthanded goal? They pull the goalie. Offensive zone, 17-3. 3-2. Can Canada hold? Are we going to the gold medal game? Right now we are. And we'll play Slovakia or the USA, and we'll be live for the gold medal game and curling tomorrow. Yay. 17-3. 17 seconds, 17.3 seconds. Lord have mercy on my soul. How's Canada getting away with this? They have high-end talent. That's how. Timeout. Timeout. McKinnon scored the leading goal for Canada. Will it be the winner? Olympics history, 0 comeback wins from a multi-goal deficit. They might just do it. They might just do it right now. They're 30 seconds, they're 20 seconds away from having their first ever comeback win from a multiple goal deficit with Olympic or NHL players at the Olympics, Canada. Empty net for Finland. It's a 6-on-5. Or no? Or is it a 4-on-5? 4-on-5 with an empty net. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Well, 4v5, 5v... I'm confused. Either way. 20 seconds. Can Canada win the draw? Just clear the puck out. Just whatever they do, just get the puck out. Good. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Shot! Glove save! Dumped! Full time! Canada to the gold medal game! Canada to the gold medal game! Canada's going to the gold medal game! Wait. What the hell? Is there a penalty shot or something? I mean, he hit Binnington. What does that have to do with anything? He ran into Binnington. Is it a penalty shot for goalie interference? What? .3 seconds. Okay, they were putting time back on the clock. Okay, the whistle was blown. I'm like, one face-off. 1.3 seconds. The USA ain't even that good. But maybe the norovirus will do it. I don't know. We'll find out. I still think Canada's better than the USA. Y'all missed your chance last year, but 4 players in front of the net on the face-off. Drop of the puck, 1.3 seconds. Canada wins the draw. We're going to the gold medal game. 3-2. It's over. Canada wins. They are first ever multiple goal comeback at the Olympics with NHL players. 3-2 over Finland. And we're going to play Slovakia or the USA. Hey, beat Slovakia first. Slovakia is a tough team. Beat them first. Then I'll listen to you. With that being said, Canada wins. We're going to the final. Sometimes luck is what matters. We still have a more high-level forward lines. And the handshakes. And Canada's going to the final. Slovakia or the USA on Sunday morning. God, this team is going to give me a heart attack. Jesus. Do they have own goals in hockey? Yeah, but no. It's rare. Like, even if a defender puts the puck into the net off of a shot, deflects off a defender, it'd have to be egregious for it to be called an own goal. But there is. But either way. Lord. What time's the final? 7 a.m. Central on Sunday. Canada's going to the final. Slovakia or USA on Sunday versus Canada. And we're going to be live. So, Sunday will be live for hockey. Saturday will be live for curling. So, with that being said, within the hour, we'll review this game and have it up. Later tonight, we'll have the Toronto FC season preview video out. Saturday, midday, we'll be live for the curling. Canada versus Great Britain, the Jacobs Rink going for gold in curling for Canada. We'll be live for that. No review for that unless I figure out a way to do a good review for it during the game. But we'll be live for some curling tomorrow. 7:30 p.m. Central tomorrow. We'll be live for Dallas versus Toronto FC. Sunday morning, we'll be live for Canada versus USA or Slovakia in the Olympic gold medal hockey final. And then we'll be live on Sunday night for Seattle Sounders versus Colorado Rapids. So that's what the next days look like. Toronto preview, curling, TFC game, Hockey Canada game, Seattle, Colorado. So there you go. Lovely. We'll review the game once this is over, of course. Within the hour, you'll see the review. My Lord. Wow. Wow. I'll see you then. I'm out. Of course, I'll put up the streams later for this weekend, of course, later tonight after I put up the Toronto prediction video or preview video. Curling, TFC game, hockey, Seattle, Colorado game. So 2 MLS games this weekend and 2 Olympic gold medal games for Canada. You love it. With that being said, I'll see you later. Canada wins 3-2. My God. Holy Lord. Oh, Lord, man. That was something. I'll see you later. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See ya.